Hey guys, and welcome to my reaction to the 2020 NBA Draft Lottery. I'm going to have a couple of videos coming out about steals, second round picks that I thought were great or busts, losers, a whole bunch of stuff coming out very soon. But I thought I'd give you my initial unscripted reaction to the lottery for the first 12 picks of the NBA Draft. Starting with the top three. We all knew it was going to be these top three. We just didn't know in what order Anthony Edwards and Lamelo Ball would go. I thought Anthony Edwards would be the first pick. Well, actually, looking back at my previous video, I actually thought Lamelo Ball would be the first pick. Just shows you how uncertain we really were about the top three picks in that order. But Anthony Edwards going number one to the Timberwolves. I really like this pick. It's a better fit. It's a more sure thing. It fits better with Karl-Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell specifically. Edwards, he's a great player. Shocking comments to me, though, about how he would go to the NFL if given the chance. Either way, that's interesting no matter where you look at it from. James Wiseman, we figured he was going to go number two. Going up until that pick, even when the Warriors were on the clock, I still thought they may have wanted to trade this pick along with Andrew Wiggins or whatever bench depth they have to get another player alongside their big three. And some really bad news about Klay Thompson. That really sucks for the Warriors. And that really sucks for Klay Thompson. The good thing is, though, it's not his left leg, which had the original Achilles injury, but we're hoping it's not too bad with the right leg either. LaMelo Ball, surprisingly, I looked at some other losers of the draft sort of articles and YouTube videos, and the Hornets and LaMelo Ball were picked in the losers a surprising amount to me. If you're the Hornets, I don't know who else you would go with here. I understand that you have LaMelo, Terry Rozier, and Devontae Graham now, but there's such a drop-off between number 3 and number 4 that I completely understand the Hornets taking LaMelo Ball. You'll find a way to work around that, whether that's trading Terry Rozier or Devontae Graham, who could be pretty good trade assets. We saw Terry Rozier play very well in Boston, played pretty well in Charlotte. Devontae Graham, he may be a free agent, but even if you sign him back, he's a quality trade piece. I like this pick from Charlotte. Number 4 is where things get very strange. Patrick Williams makes zero sense to me. From a fit perspective, I understand it. You need a defensive wing. You need an athletic wing. Otto Porter is not your guy of the future. We've already established this. But if you're going for defense and potential and athleticism, I think Isaac Okoro would be a better fit for the Bulls at number 4. Williams didn't start a single game at FSU. And his numbers, while he did play, were pretty underwhelming, to be honest with you. I think he only scored about 9 points a game. Shot the ball pretty poorly. I get this is an upside pick, but if you're Chicago, you have Levine, Wendell Carter, Lauri Markkanen, Chris Dunn, Kobe White. That's a lot of potential, as they would say already. I don't understand this pick at all, to be honest with you. Number 5. I kind of like Okoro going to the Cleveland Cavaliers. You have Kevin Love. You have Andre Drummond. You have your 2 guards that you drafted very highly in Colin Sexton and Darius Garland. So you need a wing to fill that out. I completely understand this pick from the Cavaliers' perspective. I like Okoro. He's really NBA ready. Can guard multiple positions. Good shooter. Good athlete. Can finish in traffic. I like this pick for Cleveland. I thought they maybe could have used Denny Abdia as like a big 3, but looking back at it, Okoro, I like the fit and the overall pick for Cleveland. Number 6, Hawks taking Onyeka Okongwu. I really, really like this selection. This is probably the one pick out of the top 6 or 7 that I thought was a perfect selection for the spot in the draft and the fit. The Hawks have a starting lineup right now. Trae Young, Kevin Huerter. You can interchange the following: John Collins, Cam Reddish, and I can't believe I'm forgetting his name, DeAndre Hunter out of Virginia. That's your first four. Solid. Done. The Hawks were missing that inside shot blocker, defender, rebounder. Okongwu is a perfect fit. Perfect fit. He has a great motor, great finisher on the inside. He's going to be there to block shots, to rebound the ball. Great lob catcher for Trae Young. A little underrated. His finishing ability is pretty good. Underrated to me. Absolutely love this pick from the Hawks. Number 7, Killian Hayes. Almost like Killian Tilly. Killian Hayes going to Detroit. I'm honest, I really am not that familiar with Killian Hayes. I should be more familiar with him. This looks like a possible reference to Frank Ntilikina, which doesn't give me great vibes from the number 7 and 8 pick. But he's got good metrics from what I've seen. I've heard a lot of good things about him. If I want a more sure thing, I may have gone with Tyreese Halliburton in this spot. But either way, interesting to see what the Detroit Pistons are going with, especially with all the trades they made later on in the draft. Number 8, my guy, Obi Toppin. I'm so happy that the Knicks got Obi Toppin. Toppin, to me, is probably the most underrated guy in this draft. He's one of the most complete players in this draft. He shot the ball incredibly effectively, be it limited attempts, but he still shot the ball really well. Fantastic two-point shooter. Dayton had one of the best two-point field goal percentages of any college in the country. Obi Toppin, unbelievable athlete. Unbelievable pick-and-roll big man. Can pick and pop. Can handle the ball in traffic. Good interior defender. His athleticism makes up for that. The one thing that I'll also say in another video is that Obi Toppin, the one knock I heard against him was his perimeter defense, and they doesn't have great lateral quickness. I really don't see him playing that role that much in the NBA. I think he's a modern day 4, modern day 5 if you really want to go small. Exercise that shooting, that playmaking. The athleticism makes up for it to me. Love this pick. Absolutely love this pick for the Knicks. Number 9. Denny Abdia to the Wizards. This was a wild card pick to me. He was slated top 4 or 5. Everybody pretty much had him going either 4th to the Bulls or 5th to the Cavs. He slides all the way to 9. Who knows why that happened? Maybe it's the unknown factor. Maybe it's because he's a European guy. Maybe it's the shooting. Who knows? A multitude of factors could have gone into him sliding to 9, but the Wizards went with the best talent available. That was Denny Abdia, clearly. Great facilitator. I'm interested to see the fit with John Wall, Bradley Beal, and Denny Abdia. To me, it provides a third playmaker almost with John Wall and Bradley Beal. Could stretch the floor a little bit, open things up for Thomas Bryant, their center down low. I like this pick. This is a bit of a question mark to me, not as the pick itself, but how it will actually work out. There's a difference between having a great pick selection and having a great draft pick. A great selection is a guy that we'll see after some time if it was a great pick. A great pick is a value pick. It's getting later in this draft, the number 12 pick, Tyreese Halliburton at 12. We don't know. It's a good pick. We'll have to see how it works out. Number 10. This is probably the pick I have, even above number 4, the biggest issue with. Jalen Smith is not a forward, he's a center. He has the athleticism of a forward, but I don't understand this pick, really, to me. A guy that came later, even Devin Vassell could have gone in the selection, but Saddiq Bey, I thought, could have gone the number 10 pick and really filled out well, providing that 3-and-D forward that fits with the Phoenix Suns. There's no other way about it. Jalen Smith does a lot of the same things defensively that DeAndre Ayton does. Shot blocker, athletic, can rebound the ball at a great clip. Don't get me wrong, great player. I don't know if he should have gone in the lottery, and especially not to Phoenix. So I'm interested to see how the Suns will try and fit Jalen Smith and DeAndre Ayton. Maybe they'll try a Twin Towers-esque approach to it where they have 2 bigs with Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and probably Malik Bridges on the wing. Interesting to see. I wish they would have gone with a perimeter defending wing. If they could have traded up and gotten Okoro or even Obi Toppin, I think that would have been a better selection. Number 11, the man who could have gone number 4 or number 14, Devin Vassell, guard out of FSU. Good overall player. Again, the Spurs taking a guy that is not going to take a lot of development. Devin Vassell is a great value pick at 11. The Spurs really couldn't have gone wrong here. They either would have gotten Vassell or Halliburton. Either pick would have worked. Nothing much to say besides that. And moving on to the 12th pick, the one that is really interesting looking at the back end of the lottery, Tyreese Halliburton going 12th to the Kings. Originally, I had him either going to the Pistons at 7 or the Knicks at 8. The Pistons end up going with their different guard, Killian Hayes. So yeah, I really thought that either Obi Toppin or Killian Hayes would be in different positions to where Tyreese Halliburton would have been that 7 or 8 pick. But the Kings, regardless, got a really, really good value here. Halliburton is a complete guard in a lot of sense. He's a great perimeter defender. Not the most athletic, but very skilled for what he can do. Great facilitator, can run your offense. It's interesting to see what role he will have with De'Aaron Fox in that backcourt. De'Aaron Fox is really an on-ball player. You need to give him the keys, let him push the tempo. I feel like Halliburton could develop into more of a spot-up shooter, actually, with the Sacramento Kings, where De'Aaron Fox collapses that defense, and Halliburton is going to be open for a lot of corner and wing threes. But overall, I wish there were more moves. I wish there were more trades. I thought maybe the Pistons could have traded out. I thought that the Bulls or most likely the Warriors would have traded. I honestly thought there would have been a 2 and 4 trade with Wendell Carter and the 4th pick going to Golden State in exchange for the number 2 pick, where they could have picked up LaMelo Ball. But either way, not that much surprise. The biggest surprises were Patrick Williams and Denny Abdia sliding to me. But either way, very interesting draft. A lot of role players, second-rate starters, and there's some star potential near the back of this lottery, specifically Obi Toppin and Tyreese Halliburton to me. But either way, guys, that was my initial reaction to the NBA draft lottery. Let me know what you thought overall of the draft lottery. Who you think should have gone where, trades, first picks, whatever. Let me know what you thought. I want to hear what you guys have to say. A couple more videos will be coming out, specifically the draft steals and the draft losers. I may come out with the draft winners video later, but for right now, stay tuned for those. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.